Let me talk to you about something that every single one of us deals with, whether we want to admit it or not, is negativity. I'll repeat that again. Negativity is something that each and every single one of us deals with, moment to moment, every single day. That invisible heaviness that you feel, it weighs you down and shapes how you see the world and yourself and your potential. Yeah, that's negativity. Can speak through that so easily. You know what I'm talking about. So maybe it's something someone said to you years ago that you just can't shake. Or maybe it's the self doubt that creeps in every time you scroll through social media and compare your life to somebody else's highlight reel of an existence. Or maybe it's just the environment you grew up in where the negativity was normal, like a family tradition being passed down without question. It's just there and you are absorbed in it. And so now it's shaping how you see yourself and the perspective that you have on the world and the reality around you. So whatever the source is, negativity is a thief. And it doesn't just steal your joy, it robs you of your focus and your momentum and the ability to show up as the version of yourself that you know you can be. So here's this thing that I want to explain very clearly to you. It doesn't have to own you at all, because you are not your circumstances and you're definitely not the negative stories you've been telling yourself. So if we're going to be real for a moment, since you're here listening, I don't expect anything from you other than just to hear this out. Negativity isn't the truth. It's what's happening because it feels like it's hard or something's unchangeable, but none of that is a fact. Who you are and what your life is like right now is just one part of a story that's way far beyond this moment that we're sharing in right now. That's all this is a story that you've been feeding yourself, sometimes for years. And if you really stop and ask yourself who benefits from this story, you'll realize something is that no one does. Negativity does not serve you. It doesn't serve the people you love. It doesn't serve your future. The only thing negativity actually serves is this cycle that keeps you stuck, keeps you where you're at, and keeps you doubting yourself. So if you want the reality of negativity to continue to exist, well, it feeds on repetition. The more you tell yourself things like I'm not good enough, or I'll never figure this out, or the more your brain looks for proof to back all that up, you're watering a poisonous plant in your garden that you don't know is poisonous. You're not aware, but you keep feeding it. And then one day you consume that plant, you take of its medicine or its fruit or whatever, and you're sick. Negativity is like that. Every time you think or say something negative, you're giving that more life and more space to grow. And some of us have been watering these poisonous plants for so long, and we don't even realize we're doing it because we've gotten used to the poison. We've gotten used to the negativity in such a way that we've self-identified with it. So it becomes automatic. It's a habit. Yet, we can break through that when you understand that negativity is only as powerful as the energy that you give to it. So if you're really ready to take back control, then it's time to stop feeding the ogre or the beast, whatever. But don't take what I'm telling you as a demand. I'm just out here fighting for you. So don't let me stop you if you're identifying with your negativity that strongly, because I just want you to hear this, but I don't need you to do anything, right? I just want you to hear this and understand it. So if you're here for it, keep listening, because I'm just going to drop some knowledge for you, okay? I'm out here trying to save a generation. Overcoming negativity isn't about slapping positive vibes on it only. Okay? That's the issue with a lot of this, law of attraction and, only things that serve me and good vibes only. That's what a lot of people say when they're not mature enough to handle the realities of life. This isn't about pretending everything's fine when it's not. You can't fix what's broken by pretending it's not there. Overcoming negativity is about doing the real, raw, heavy lifting of work to step into your life more emotionally intelligent and spiritually attuned. You got to face things head on. It's gonna hurt. It's about stepping into mess, not running from it, and cleaning it up and deciding you're done letting it dictate how you live. So where do we start, you might ask? For me, the first step for this is awareness. You can't change what you don't notice. Right? So first step is awareness. You can't change what you don't notice. Start paying attention to the thoughts running through your mind. When negativity does show up, and it will, you have to ask yourself, is this thought helping me or is it hurting me? Is this pushing me forward or is this pulling me back? Back to the things that keep me stuck, that keep me feeling depressed, that keep me halted and hindered from pursuing my dreams. A lot of us let negativity run wild in our minds because we don't even realize that it's there. But when you start catching those thoughts, you take the first step toward breaking the cycle. So the second step, taking responsibility. So let me tell you, this one is hard for a lot of people. A lot of conversations happen around, can somebody take responsibility for their behaviors and show up differently? That requires two people being able to do that together. Here's why. Because it's so much easier to blame someone else for why you're stuck, or to blame somebody else's actions and behaviors as to why you feel the way that you do, why you're unhappy, or why things aren't going your way. But that's not entirely true. Yes, you have feelings and they can be hurt or damaged, but it's up to you as to how you respond to things, right? What happens to you does not define you. It's how you respond to those things is what shapes you and defines who you are. So I say this often, nobody's coming to save you. People can come to help you, to give you aid, to support you, like I'm doing now, just providing for you a different perspective or a way to shift where you're at and make this change. But nobody's going to swoop in and magically fix your mindset or your circumstances. That's on you. And while that might sound harsh, it's actually empowering. So, because if you got yourself into this mess, you also have the power to get yourself out. And that's truth. So responsibility doesn't mean beating yourself up because you've come up short. It doesn't mean carrying your shame or guilt because it's a cool little badge to wear because you're all in your victimhood. It means owning where you are and deciding that from this moment forward, you're going to do something about it. Because that's the thing. If you keep blaming other people, you're giving away your power. You're letting them hold the pen to your story instead of taking it back and writing it yourself. I'm actually left-handed. But anyway, let's move on to step 3, okay? Because if accepting responsibility for yourself and owning your own power was a tough one, well, step 3 is going to be difficult too. You got to create spaces. Negativity loves environments where the mind cannot find focus or streamlined ability for creativity to flow. Pathways have to be clear. If you're in a cluttered environment where it's chaotic, your life will be filled with distractions and unhealthy relationships and habits that are not going to promote a healthier outcome for you. If you want to overcome the negativity, you need to start clearing out the noise. That's internally and externally. That might mean spending less time scrolling on your phone. It might mean cutting ties with people who drain your energy instead of filling your cup. It might mean that you have to sit in silence for a few minutes a day in a clean room with your bed made and your journals tucked away and making sure everything has its place and its order. So that way, when you're resting and you're chilling, you can actually listen to what your mind is trying to tell you and what your heart is feeling for you. Because whatever it looks like for you, you have to make room and it has to be clean. Because clarity can't exist where there is chaos constantly. I love chaos. Don't get me wrong, but to be real, the chaos that I'm talking about that I enjoy is one that's disruptive to the things that you think you can control. This is where you need to create spaces. More likely it'd be your room or your car. Somewhere you can breathe for yourself, or going out to the park. I don't know. Everybody's circumstance is different. But finally, let's do this. Step 4, okay? Have to start replacing this negative narrative. Replace the negative narrative with something positive. You don't just fight negativity by resisting it. You have to combat it by replacing it with something better. So once you confront it, which was taking responsibility, right, for yourself, Then you can start replacing it by feeding your mind and your body with what you want to grow. If all you're doing is consuming negativity from the phone, from the videos you watch, from the movies, from the language from the language of communication that you're having with other people, it's an uphill battle. It's going to be really difficult for you to do this on your own. But if you're able to clear space, clear relationships, cut cords and cut ties lovingly with strong boundaries, with positivity and inspiration and purpose, you'll notice something shift. Okay, so this doesn't mean you live in some kind of fairy tale bubble. Right? I just want to go back to that. Life is difficult. Life can be hard. Trust me, I know. Pain is real. Challenges are real. But so is the possibility for growth, healing, and transformation. Start small. Keep it simple. Make it effective. Speak affirmations over yourself. Not in some cheesy over-the-top way, but in a way that's real and grounded. Just affirming who you are. Affirming where you're going, because your words shape your reality. And an easy example is this. When I look into the mirror, I just say, hey, you are the star of this show. You are the main character of this story. Kale, what are you going to do today? You're going to have a good day? You're going to think positive things? You're going to be of service to the people that you love? Are you going to try your best every day and every moment that you have to have a clear thought process about how amazing and grateful you are for the life that you are living? Because you have everything you need. You have food on the table, you have a roof over your head, a bed to sleep in, a woman to love, a child on the way. Those kinds of things. It's just real stuff, real simple. Just start with basic gratitude principles. Grateful for the thing that you have, even if it's your phone. Okay, well, let's get back on track. So this process isn't easy and it's not quick, but it's so worth it. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes and the stronger you get. The less space you give to negativity, the less it has control over you. The person that you want to become and the life that you want to create isn't as far away as it might feel in this moment. It's much closer than you think. So don't get comfortable, because that's where negativity thrives. It wants you to stay stuck, to stay small, to stay scared. But growth happens when you step out of that comfort, right? When you're able to really see yourself for who you know you can be, right? When you're able to confront challenges in your life and challenge yourself and decide that this is the story you've been telling yourself is one that keeps you living and keeps you going, even when it's difficult. So the next time that negativity does creep in, I just want you to remember this, that you are not your thoughts and you are not your circumstances and you are not the one to blame for how life has turned out, especially if you've been hurt by someone else. You are not the lies that have been told to you, and you are not that negativity that keeps trying to sell you on some bullshit. You are capable and you are powerful and you have the ability to write your own story. And you can start today. Catch your thoughts like a dream catcher. Just catch them and take responsibility and create space and replace this narrative with something that is beneficial and helpful for you. This isn't a game. You overcome negativity by being proactive in your life, initiating things and pursuing them relentlessly. It's about stepping into this potentiality that so many people see of you, that you yourself know deep down is who you're always meant to be. Your life is too valuable, it's too full of potential to waste it on thoughts that don't serve you. So take the power back, rewrite the story, and watch how everything starts to shift. You've got this. Keep going, keep learning, keep growing. Don't let negativity steal another moment of your life. Okay, love you, bye.